Hi everyone, this is Miss Dilks and I am the director of TRIO SSS. Today we're going to talk about how to pay for college when financial aid doesn't cover all of it. So we all know that sometimes we get financial aid and we still have a balance. So I'd like to talk about all of the different ways that you can get the money that you have the opportunity to have. What we'll be covering today is first we're going to talk about financial aid. Then we're going to be talking about Stafford loans. And after both of those, you still have a balance, there are options available. Some of them include NJ class loans, Parent Plus loans, BC scholarships, and online scholarship searches. If you're ever interested, Student Financial Services, SFS, has a website, which is on the bottom of this webpage, that will show you all of the different types of financial aid that's available. It's incredibly helpful and it gives you all of your options. Before we start, what I would like you to do is remember that TRIO SSS can help you through every aspect of this presentation. You never feel like you're alone. If you can't fill out your FAFSA or you're afraid to, we will help you. If you're one of the students that is hit for verification, we can help you with your documentation. If you're unsure how to create a payment plan or what it means to get an outside scholarship, we can do that with you also. If you'd like additional info or a copy of the presentation, you can email me. And any questions you have about financial services, you can always email financial_services@bloomfield.edu. The first thing we're going to talk about today is financial aid. It's the best way to start paying your tuition. The first thing you have to do, and I can't stress this enough, is complete your FAFSA. If you don't complete FAFSA, you're not eligible for anything. No grants, no scholarships from anyone. So you must complete your FAFSA. The website is right here, and if you get this PowerPoint presentation from me or as a PDF, you will have all clickable links to every single one of these links. You must, again, complete FAFSA in order to be eligible to receive any financial aid. And once you complete FAFSA, depending on what it says, you may get Pell, which is Federal Financial Aid, and you can get a total of 12 semesters or 6 years of Pell. You can also get TAG, which is NJ State Financial Aid, which is 9 semesters or 4.5 years of aid. Remember though, to keep these, you need to complete the courses you register for. If you keep withdrawing from classes or failing classes and you eventually reach under 66% of the classes that you've attempted, you might get your financial aid taken away. So always remember that advising is a really important thing, and registering for classes that you're going to keep is another really important thing because it does have an impact on your financial aid. Okay, so once you complete your FAFSA, you can get your financial aid. So say now you get some Pell and you get some TAG, but you still have a tuition balance. The next thing that pops through is Stafford subsidized and unsubsidized loans. These are federal student loans and they have the best annual percentage rates. So they accrue the least amount of interest out of all of these different loans, which is fantastic because you want to accrue the least amount of interest, which means less money you have to pay back later. Now, there are two different loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. The subsidized loan means that the government subsidizes the interest for you. You don't accrue interest until after graduation. So if you take a $1,000 subsidized loan, you owe $1,000 after graduation. The government pays the interest. An unsubsidized loan is one in which you keep accruing the interest. The good thing to know is that if you ever have a little extra cash, say for your refund or something, you can always put it on the interest of your loan, or you can start paying off your loans before graduation. So that's a really great tip. Come into some money, you can get rid of some of those loans. To get these loans, you always have to complete a Bloomfield College financial aid authorization form, and there's the link. And the government will ask that you complete a master promissory note and an entrance counseling. And again, that's where that is. The master promissory note, or MPN, says that you'll end up paying back the loans when you have to. And the entrance counseling gives you a little bit of information about loans and interest and paying back and repayment, all of those things. And you have to complete those two before they will disperse your loans. So once you complete both of those things, you're good to go. And now you have loans on top of your financial aid. Now, when you're thinking about it, what do you owe after graduation? If you have these two things, remember that grants or financial aid ends up being free money with some requirements. It means you don't have to pay it back, but loans must be paid back. So know the difference between grants and scholarships and loans. If you still have a balance after all of this government financial aid, there are options. One of the options is a New Jersey class loan. NJ class loans are loans that are available for New Jersey residents through HESA. There's the website, and you can end up looking for NJ class loans. Now, I know that Bloomfield College is in New Jersey, but if you have any brothers or sisters or family members that are outside of New Jersey, if you are still a New Jersey resident, you can still get an NJ class loan. One of the other really good options is a Parent Plus loan. A Parent Plus loan is a federal direct plus loan that mom or dad, a parent, ends up taking out on your behalf. Again, there's the website. They fill out, they get a Parent Plus loan, and that helps you with the rest of your tuition. Here are some other options. There are BC scholarships that are on-campus scholarships that are based on your merit, your need, your major, other factors. They may or may not be renewable. Internally, SFS looks at students to see which ones meet all of the requirements, and they give out these scholarships. So you may really, if you're lucky enough, find this on your tuition bill as a credit. Another thing is outside scholarships. You can search online at legitimate websites for off-campus scholarships. And here are two of the most legitimate websites, FastWeb and Big Future College Board. You can go through and look at all of the different outside scholarships from independent companies or nonprofit groups that you might meet the requirements for. And TRIO SSS can help you fill out these scholarships and write your personal statements, because most of these scholarships do need personal statements. I'd say look at these early because you have to do some work for them, and then it takes a while for them to figure out who they're giving the money to. So it doesn't hurt if you're hanging out in the summer to look at some of these outside scholarships. If after all of this, you've exhausted all of your options, you still have a balance and it's keeping you from moving in, or it's keeping you from registering, or it is just so big you know you're not going to be able to pay it, apply for a TRIO SSS grant. All Pell eligible students, remember, Pell is federal financial aid, can receive a TRIO SSS grant, and priority is given to all of our freshman and sophomore participants. That's per federal regulations. So if you need the money and you are eligible, we would be happy to give it to you. Every year we have money available for our SSS grant. There are also, when you're looking at some of these different on-campus scholarships, there are division and department scholarships. Again, I put TRIO SSS. If you're an EOF student, EOF students receive stipends at the end of each semester that help with their schooling. There are resident grants through REH for students who live on campus. And sometimes each of the divisions have funds. You would have to see the division coordinators, but if you're a business major, there might be a business division scholarship. CAT major, CAT scholarships. They're not always there, but if you're in dire need, contact the division coordinators to see if there are any scholarships available through your major. Now, if after all of this, you still owe some money, Student Financial Services does have monthly payment plans available, and you have to work with your financial aid counselor. Earlier is better, because the earlier you do it, the more months you have to pay it off. Sometimes they're 6 months, 5 months, then it gets to 4 months, 3 months, 2 months. So you want to do it as early as possible so you have the most amount of months to break up how much money you owe the school. Really easy. You can do it right on the portal. If you'd like a counselor to walk you through it, no problem. But there is a way to pay the balance off with the money that you earn. Process is super easy. Complete your FAFSA. Then you get financial aid. Then you look at Stafford loans. Then you, as the student, have to be more proactive and start looking at other options, like the outside loans we talked about, the SSS grant, the scholarships on or off campus, or the payment plans. So that's it. Hopefully, after all of this, you will have a zero balance on your tuition bill. Remember, we're here for all of it. All you have to do is ask Student Financial Services or your TRIO SSS coach for more information. You can email me directly. You can email Student Financial Services at financial_services@edu, bloomfield.edu, sorry. And just remember that there are a lot of options, but they all begin with FAFSA. Thank you guys very much, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.